Welcome back to Nothing But Africa, where we delve into the heart of African culture, heritage, and values. Today, we're excited to explore the quality traits that define African communities across generations. In Part 3, we'll be diving into the traits that have empowered African communities to overcome challenges and thrive, inspiring and influencing cultures around the world. So, let's embark on this journey together and celebrate the qualities that continue to inspire and shape our world. Did you know that the concept of equality in this African nation is influenced by a complex interplay of cultural traditions, social structures, and historical developments? Now, let's explore the pre-colonial societies in Angola. One of the most striking aspects of these societies is their community-based structures. These communities were often self-sufficient, with each member contributing to the group's well-being. This sense of shared responsibility and interdependence is a key aspect of egalitarianism in Angola. Next, let's talk about the impact of colonial rule on Angola's journey towards equality. While there were certainly challenges related to inequality, there were also notable aspects of egalitarian practices and movements throughout Angola's history. Here are some of the world's most influential egalitarian movements in Africa that have shaped the continent's socio-political landscape. First up, we have Pan-Africanism, a movement that's both political and cultural. It advocates for the unity of all African peoples, regardless of race, gender, or class. This movement has had a significant impact on the continent, challenging systems of inequality and promoting human rights, social justice, and equality. Next, we have the African National Congress, which was founded in 1912. This movement aimed to end the racial segregation of South Africa and promote equality for all citizens. The Congress of South African Trade Unions, founded in 1985, is another significant movement that fought for workers' rights and against apartheid. Lastly, we have the African Union, which was established in 2002. This organization aims to promote peace, security, and development across the continent. Did you know that several African countries have had historical moments or periods where egalitarian principles were practiced or promoted, either through indigenous systems or post-independence efforts to promote equality? Well, today we're going to shine a light on some of these countries and their remarkable histories of equalitarianism. First, we have the Swahili Coast in East Africa, where egalitarian principles were practiced in the form of social classes, with everyone having access to resources and opportunities. Next, we have the Kingdom of Congo, where egalitarianism was a key principle in their political and social organization. Lastly, we have the Ashanti Empire in Ghana, where egalitarianism was practiced through their political and social structures, with a focus on equality and consensus decision-making. So there you have it, folks. These are just a few examples of African countries with significant histories of equalitarianism. It's fascinating to see how different cultures have embraced and practiced these principles throughout history. Did you know that the history of equalitarianism in Africa is complex, rooted in indigenous traditions, colonial histories, liberation movements, and modern struggles for social, political, and economic equality? The continent's long history has seen evolving notions of equality both within African societies and in response to external forces such as European colonialism and globalization. Pre-colonial equalitarianism in Africa. In many African societies before the arrival of Europeans, social systems often reflected a sense of equality. For instance, in the Igbo society of Nigeria, the Igbo Aku bronze sculptures suggest a society where all members were considered equal in the eyes of the gods. So, the next time you hear about the history of equalitarianism in Africa, remember that it's a rich and complex tapestry of traditions, histories, and struggles for equality. Did you know that the roots of egalitarian thought can be traced back to ancient civilizations? Some philosophers in these times began to question the idea of hierarchy based on class, race, or gender. This was a groundbreaking concept that laid the foundation for the modern-day fight for equality. Throughout history, various philosophical, political, and social movements have continued to advocate for fairness and the elimination of hierarchy. This struggle for equality has been a long and arduous journey, but it's one that we must continue to fight for. Know that this country's rich cultural heritage, traditional governance systems, and modern political developments are all intertwined with its egalitarian values. Let's start with the pre-colonial societies. Senegal was home to various ethnic groups, including the Wolof, Serer, Tukulóor, and Diola. These communities practiced community-based governance where everyone had a say in decision-making. This democratic approach to governance was a key factor in the development of egalitarian values in Senegal. Fast forward to modern times, and you'll find that Senegal's political system is heavily influenced by these egalitarian principles. The country's constitution guarantees equal rights and opportunities for all citizens, regardless of their ethnic background or social status. So, there you have it, folks. The history of egalitarianism practices in Senegal is a fascinating tale of cultural heritage, traditional governance, and modern political development. Did you know that the concept of honesty has been around for thousands of years, evolving alongside cultural, religious, and ethical systems? Let's take a journey through time and explore how honesty has been perceived and shaped throughout history. First up, let's talk about the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt. In these early societies, honesty was highly valued, especially in matters of trade, governance, and law. For instance, the ancient Egyptian concept of Mat, which encompassed truth, balance, and order, was closely tied to honesty. Moving on to the ancient Greeks, they placed a high premium on honesty. In fact, the Greek goddess of truth, Aletheia, was often depicted as a personification of honesty. In the medieval period, honesty took on a more religious connotation, with the concept of truthfulness being closely tied to religious beliefs and practices. Fast forward to the Renaissance, and we see a shift in the perception of honesty. It became more closely associated with individual morality and self-improvement. In the modern era, honesty has continued to evolve, with the concept of authenticity gaining prominence. Honesty is the quality of being truthful, sincere, and free from deceit. It involves speaking and acting in ways that are straightforward and aligned with facts and reality without manipulating or hiding the truth. Honesty is not just about telling the truth, but also about living authentically and ethically, where one's words, actions, and intentions are consistent with each other. Honesty can manifest in different ways. Verbal honesty, which is being truthful in what you say, avoiding lies and exaggeration. Emotional honesty, which is being honest about your feelings and emotions. And intellectual honesty, which is being honest about your beliefs and opinions. Remember, honesty is not just a virtue, but also a skill that we can cultivate and practice in our daily lives. It's about being true to ourselves and others, and it's a key ingredient in building strong, meaningful relationships. So, let's strive to be honest in all aspects of our lives, and let's spread this message to others as well. Did you know that integrity dates back to ancient times? In ancient Egypt, it was closely tied to the concept of Mat, which encompassed truth, balance, and order. This concept of integrity was considered crucial for the well-being of society. In ancient Greece, integrity was closely linked to the virtue of justice, and the Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that it was essential for maintaining a harmonious society. In the Hindu tradition, integrity is embodied in the concept of dharma, which emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with one's duties and responsibilities. The ancient Chinese philosophers Confucius and Mencius also placed a high value on integrity, seeing it as a key component of moral and ethical behavior. So, there you have it, folks. Integrity has been a cherished value in various ancient civilizations and philosophies. Let's strive to uphold this important virtue in our own lives. Integrity is the quality of being honest, having strong moral principles, and consistently adhering to ethical values. It involves doing the right thing even when it's difficult or when no one is watching. A person with integrity demonstrates reliability and moral uprightness, where their actions align with their beliefs, values, and commitments. Integrity can be broken down into key aspects: honesty, consistency, and accountability. Honesty means speaking the truth and being transparent in communication. Consistency means acting in accordance with one's principles and values. And accountability means taking responsibility for one's actions and being willing to face the consequences of one's choices. Remember, integrity is not just about doing the right thing, but also about being the right person. So, let's strive to be the best versions of ourselves and always prioritize integrity in our lives. From ancient civilizations to modern times, ethics has been a central theme in shaping human societies. In the ancient world, ethical behavior was deeply rooted in religious teachings and philosophical thought. For instance, the ancient Egyptians believed in the concept of Mat, which encompassed harmony, balance, and truth. In Mesopotamia, the Code of Hammurabi was a legal framework that outlined ethical principles for daily life. As societies evolved, so did their ethical standards. The ancient Greeks developed the concept of virtue ethics, while the Romans focused on duty and social responsibility. The rise of Christianity in the West brought a new set of ethical principles, emphasizing compassion, charity, and the Golden Rule. Fast forward to the modern era, and we see the development of secular ethics, which is rooted in human rights and the concept of universal moral principles. You might be wondering what exactly ethical behavior is and why it's so important. Well, let's dive right in. Ethical behavior refers to actions that are in line with accepted principles of right and wrong, typically guided by moral values such as honesty, fairness, responsibility, and respect for others. It involves making decisions and acting in ways that benefit individuals and society, while avoiding harm or exploitation. Now, let's break down the key elements of ethical behavior. Firstly, honesty is crucial. Being truthful and transparent in your actions and communication is essential. Secondly, fairness is a must. Treating others justly, without bias or favor, is a fundamental aspect of ethical behavior. Remember, being ethical isn't just about following rules, it's about doing the right thing for yourself, others, and society as a whole. So, let's all strive to be the best versions of ourselves and practice ethical behavior in our daily lives. Loyalty has been a central theme in the development of relationships, ethical systems, and social cohesion across various cultures, religions, and historical contexts. Let's start with ancient civilizations. In ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, loyalty was a crucial aspect of society. It was vital for maintaining order and stability. In Mesopotamia, for instance, the concept of loyalty was often tied to the king, who was seen as the embodiment of the divine. In Egypt, loyalty was a key element in the relationship between the pharaoh and his subjects. In ancient Greece, loyalty was a central theme in the lives of the heroes, such as Achilles in the Iliad. It was a key factor in the formation of friendships, alliances, and even in the development of democracy. In the Roman Empire, loyalty was a fundamental aspect of the military and political systems. Soldiers were expected to be loyal to their commanders, and citizens were expected to be loyal to the state. In medieval Europe, loyalty was a central theme in the feudal system. Lords were expected to be loyal to their kings, and vassals were expected to be loyal to their lords. Throughout history, loyalty has been a key factor in the development of societies, relationships, and ethical systems. It's fascinating to see how this concept has evolved and adapted to different contexts.
Loyalty is a strong sense of commitment and faithfulness to a person, group, cause, or principle. It involves consistent support, trust, and allegiance over time. Even in difficult situations, loyalty is characterized by the willingness to stand by someone or something, showing dedication and reliability through actions and choices. Loyalty can be demonstrated in various contexts: personal relationships. Loyalty to friends, family, or romantic partners means standing by them, offering support, and being there for them through thick and thin. Professional relationships. Loyalty to colleagues, employers, or clients means being reliable, trustworthy, and committed to the success of the team or organization. Community involvement. Loyalty to one's community means being an active and engaged member, contributing to the well-being and development of the community. Political affiliations. Loyalty to a political party or ideology means standing by the principles and values of the party or ideology. Even when it's not popular or easy, Remember, loyalty is a two-way street. It's not just about what we expect from others, but also about what we're willing to give. So, let's strive to be loyal in all aspects of our lives.
Know that respect has deep historical roots intertwined with the development of human societies, cultural values, and ethical systems. Respect, as a concept, has evolved across time, often tied to social hierarchies, family structures, moral philosophies, and legal systems. It's played a crucial role in maintaining social order, promoting harmony, and ensuring mutual dignity between individuals and groups. Let's take a trip back to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, where respect was a vital part of daily life. In these early civilizations, respect was often tied to social hierarchies, with certain individuals or groups receiving more respect than others. This was especially true in family structures, where respect for elders and authority figures was paramount. As time went on, respect evolved to encompass moral philosophies and legal systems. It became a key element in promoting ethical behavior and maintaining social order. Respect is not just about following the rules or treating others nicely. It's about recognizing the value, dignity, or worth of a person, idea, or institution. It's about treating others with consideration, courtesy, and understanding, acknowledging their rights, feelings, and perspectives. Respect can be shown through actions, words, and attitudes that demonstrate care, appreciation, and fairness. Now, let's dive into the key elements of respect. First and foremost, respect is about acknowledging individual dignity. It's about respecting people for who they are, regardless of their background, status, or beliefs. This means treating everyone with kindness and understanding and not judging them based on their appearance, actions, or beliefs. The concept of dignity has its roots in ancient philosophical, religious, and social concepts surrounding the inherent worth of human beings. It's been a central theme in human thought and has evolved over time. In ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, dignity was often linked to social status and honor. This idea of dignity was also present in the religious and philosophical traditions of the time. In ancient Greece, dignity was seen as a virtue closely tied to honor and respect. This concept of dignity was also present in the Roman Republic, where it was associated with the rights and privileges of citizenship. During the Middle Ages, dignity was often associated with the power and authority of monarchs and nobles. However, with the rise of humanism in the Renaissance, dignity began to be seen as a universal human right, rather than a privilege of the elite. In modern times, dignity has become a central concept in ethical thought and international law, with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights being a prime example.
Dignity is the inherent worth or value that every person possesses simply by virtue of being human. It reflects the idea that all individuals deserve to be treated with respect, fairness, and honor, regardless of their background, status, or circumstances. Dignity involves three key aspects: self-respect, mutual respect, and human rights. Firstly, self-respect is about valuing oneself and acting in ways that reflect personal worth and integrity. It's about treating ourselves with kindness and respect, and recognizing our own worth. Secondly, mutual respect is about recognizing the worth of others and treating them with kindness, respect, and fairness. It's about understanding that everyone deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. Lastly, human rights are the foundation of dignity. They are the basic rights and freedoms that every human being is entitled to, regardless of their circumstances. Remember, everyone deserves to be treated with dignity. Let's all strive to promote and protect this fundamental human right.
This concept, developed by psychologist John Bowlby, is all about the gradual process of learning to be content and satisfied with our own company. It's a fascinating journey that begins with the birth of a child who is completely dependent on their caregivers for their needs. As they grow, they learn to rely on others less and less, eventually becoming fully independent. This gradual process is essential for our mental health and well-being. It's a journey that we all go through, and it's a testament to the incredible resilience and adaptability of the human spirit. This concept, also developed by psychologist B.F. Skinner, explores the idea that humans can learn to control their own gratification. So, how did this concept come about? Well, it all started with Skinner's research on pigeons in the 1930s. He discovered that pigeons could be trained to press a button to receive food. This led to the development of the concept of operant conditioning, which is the idea that behavior can be modified by the consequences that follow it. In the 1960s, Skinner applied this concept to humans, suggesting that people could learn to control their own gratification. He believed that by understanding the principles of operant conditioning, people could learn to delay gratification and achieve long-term goals. This groundbreaking idea has had a significant impact on psychology and has been studied extensively ever since. So, the next time you're feeling a little lonely, remember that you're on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Embrace the process and celebrate your progress.
This term is all about finding satisfaction in the little things, and it's a great way to improve your overall well-being. Gradual independent gratification is all about finding satisfaction in the little things, like enjoying a cup of tea, taking a leisurely walk, or reading a book. It's about appreciating the small moments in life and finding joy in the simple things. When we focus on gradual independent gratification, we can break free from the constant need for external validation and instant gratification. We can learn to find contentment within ourselves, rather than relying on external factors to make us happy. So, the next time you're feeling down, try focusing on gradual independent gratification. Find joy in the little things, and you might just be surprised at how much better you feel.
Did you know that in ancient Greece, early philosophers like Socrates and Plato emphasized the importance of clear thinking to reach truth and understanding? Socratic dialogues often sought clarity through questioning, encouraging critical thinking and rational discussion. Moving on to communication, clarity has become a cornerstone of effective communication. In the 20th century, the concept of clarity was further developed by linguists and psychologists who emphasized the importance of clear and unambiguous language. Lastly, let's touch on spirituality. In many spiritual traditions, clarity is seen as a path to enlightenment, with clear thinking and clear consciousness being key to understanding the universe and our place in it.
Clarity, simply put, refers to the quality of being clear, easily understood, and free from ambiguity or confusion. It applies across different areas of life, thought, communication, vision, and emotions, allowing for more precise perception and comprehension. Let's break down clarity in various contexts. Clarity in thought. The ability to think clearly means having well-organized, logical, and focused thoughts that are free from distractions or confusion. For example, making decisions requires clarity in thought. Clarity in communication. This involves expressing oneself in a way that is easily understood by others. It's about being clear, concise, and unambiguous in our messages. Clarity in vision. This is about having a clear, well-defined, and focused vision for one's life, goals, and aspiration. It's about having a clear understanding of what you want to achieve and how you plan to get there. Clarity in emotions. This is about having a clear understanding of one's emotions, being able to identify and express them accurately. It's about being in touch with one's feelings and being able to communicate them effectively. So there you have it, folks. Clarity is a crucial aspect of life that can greatly enhance our understanding and experiences.
The history of communication is a captivating tale of how humans have developed methods to exchange information, thoughts, and ideas from the earliest times to the present. This process has undergone a remarkable transformation with the introduction of new technologies and systems, shaping how societies operate and grow. One of the earliest forms of communication was prehistoric communication, which encompassed cave paintings and symbols. For instance, cave paintings dating back over 40,000 years served as a way for early humans to share their experiences and stories. Symbols, on the other hand, were used to convey meaning and understanding, paving the way for more complex forms of communication. As we move through time, we'll explore how communication has evolved from the ancient Greeks and Romans to the invention of the printing press and the advent of the internet.
Communication is the process of sharing information, ideas, and feelings between individuals or groups. It's the glue that holds our relationships together, and it's the key to understanding each other better. Whether it's through words, gestures, or even body language, communication is all about connecting with others. It's about expressing ourselves and listening to what others have to say. Remember, good communication is a two-way street. It's not just about talking, but also about listening. So, let's all strive to be better communicators and build stronger connections with those around us.
Listening is all about truly understanding what the other person is saying, and it's crucial in building strong relationships and fostering honest communication. When we actively listen, we're not just hearing the words, but we're also paying attention to the tone, body language, and context of the conversation. This helps us to pick up on subtle cues that might otherwise be missed. So, how do we become better active listeners? Well, firstly, we need to give the speaker our full attention. That means putting away our phones, making eye contact, and avoiding distractions. Next, we should try to understand the speaker's perspective, even if we don't agree with it. This shows empathy and respect for their thoughts and feelings. Finally, we should ask questions to clarify and understand the speaker's point of view. This helps to ensure that we're both on the same page and that we're truly listening to each other. So, there you have it, folks. Active listening is a key component of honest communication. Remember, it's not just about what we say, but also about how we listen. Did you know that the concept of accountability has evolved over centuries with its roots in governance, ethics, law, and personal responsibility? Let's take a journey through time and explore how accountability has shaped our world. First up, we'll be looking at ancient civilizations. Did you know that accountability has been tied to governance since ancient times? In early civilizations like Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Greece, rulers and officials were held responsible for their decisions, particularly in matters related to justice and the welfare of citizens. Next, we'll be exploring the role of codes in ancient civilizations. These codes were often used to hold individuals and institutions accountable for their actions. They played a crucial role in maintaining order and promoting justice. As we continue our journey through history, we'll uncover how accountability has evolved to encompass ethics, law, and personal responsibility. It's fascinating to see how this concept has evolved over time and how it continues to shape our modern world.
So, what is accountability? Well, it's the acknowledgement and acceptance of responsibility for your actions, decisions, and their consequences. It's about being transparent, honest, and owning up to your mistakes. Accountability is crucial in all aspects of life, whether it's personal, professional, or social. It's about being responsible, dependable, and committed to your goals and responsibilities. Remember, accountability is not just about blaming or shaming someone, but about learning from our mistakes, growing, and becoming better versions of ourselves. So, let's embrace accountability and strive for continuous improvement in all that we do.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Fidel Investing channel for more fascinating insights into African culture. Stay curious, keep exploring, and we'll see you in the next video.